understand that whatsoever, because what has such a young child done to deserve any kind of
That's
test
really strange
from God?
that you were raised Catholic.
Yes.
And they told you it's in God's will?
Yes.
That people get cancer?
It's all part of God's plan.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, the problem is, again, so all of the criticisms that you would come up with for religion, right? You have to account for all of them. So when you say words like just, it's loaded. Like, what is justice? Well, I can give you two forms of justice. There's a Christian form of justice you're probably more used to, like empathy. Oh, you came in and you stole a bunch of shit from my house. Is it then just for me to go and steal a bunch of shit from your house? No. That's really weird, though, because I can give you a completely alternative view of justice that seems like it's totally within the confines of reason. If you steal from my house for me to be able to steal from yours, that seems completely within the line of reason. Seems totally logical to me. There's nothing illogical about it. There's no violations of the laws of logic, right? It's well within reason. What's the problem? The problem is you just don't prefer that kind of justice, right?
Sure. And I'm also not 100% clear on some of the differences between Catholic and Christian teachings. You know, I can say...
Well, Catholics are Christians, I would say.
I've been told by a few people that there's like some different teachings or how they're interpreted personally. So I'm totally...
People will not consider them to be Christians. Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Non-denom. So
if there's...
I would just largely chop it up to three. There'd be... I chop it up this way, okay? Most Orthodox would just say everything that's not Orthodox is Protestant. But I just chop it up to there is Protestantism. These are all of the branches of Christianity which came from Martin Luther after the schism. And then there's Catholicism, which came from Orthodoxy after the schism. And then there's Orthodoxy, the original Church of Christ. So that's how I would view it, right?
So how do you... I mean, I've read most of the Old Testament. I haven't finished it. Some of the new one, but when it comes to science and religion, I know that's always like such an annoying topic, but how do you justify the Bible through that?
Well, science can't make claims about the metaphysical. Like science can't tell you if there are or not ghosts.
No.
It can only test whether or not there are or not ghosts here.
But
right?
it can't
but it's not going to make ought claims, right? It's not going to make any. It just doesn't test for that. So,
right.
If I wanted, so if you're doing a scientific experiment, it's got to be falsifiable, right? That's what makes it. So, the thing is we're going to start with an observation. In this case, you're going to observe. You think there's a ghost. Let's say you think there's one, right? So then your hypothesis is like, I don't know, there's an ethereal realm and this person hasn't passed on yet, right? Something like this. And then you're going to conduct an experiment. Let's say you go and you get equipment and you come up with electronic voice phenomenon, right? And you're trying to catch the spirit's voice on that or some shit, right? So you can even say like ghost hunting could be a rigorous scientific endeavor. It doesn't sound like one though, does it? You know what I mean? It's not really designed to answer those kinds of questions. That's not what it's there to do.
I just mean in terms of like, it says the earth was created 6,500 years ago or something.
Well, that's young earth creationism. But the thing is like, there are people who fight over young earth or old earth creation. I've always considered it to be a silly fight to have because it really has nothing to do with the point. So, the Bible warns us not to adhere to endless genealogies so that we don't get bogged down in nonsensical questions like that, right? It's just not that important from the Christian purview, whether the earth is 6,000 years old or not.
Well, maybe not, but the point is that it is older than 6,000 years. So there is really no argument when it comes to that, which is just one example of something in the Bible that, I mean, when they wrote it, they had no understanding of like geophysical sciences. So they understood a lot more than people think. Like I hear people say they didn't really understand things very well, but
And one of the things I hear all the time is like, well, they didn't understand where babies came from. It's like, but the whole Old Testament is filled with his seed will go
Right.
into her. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I think they kind of got where babies came from.
But what about like when they said that plant life was made before the sun? That was before we had an understanding
You
of
mean in Genesis?
Of photosynthesis.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact verbiage is in Genesis for which in the creation story, which thing came first.
Is plant life and then sun.
Okay, sure.